it's Tracy Shores, and I wanted to talk some about this concept of tents. And in particular, I'd mentioned that I wanted to say something about tent pegs and possibly even the cords on the tents. And so, I've really been pondering this and looked in the Bible at several places that we see key stories that surround around the tent. And I have settled on one. It's in the book of Judges, and it has to do with Jael. You may know the story of the tent peg that she drove through Sisera's head. But I also wanted to mention that I'm still searching for that hidden treasure. But because when I thought of tent stories, as a woman, I thought it's always been one of those stories with Rachel and Leah and Jacob. Did that story for Leah to be given, deceptively to Jacob on that wedding night. That story still, it's a difficult one to swallow. And so I thought about that story and how the deception that was there, really based on Laban, right? But how the women were involved, because actually what I'm finding with some of these 10 stories that I've chosen, that seems there's key women in these stories. And then the other story actually also has to do with Rachel and Leah, when Jacob flees because he's basically fed up with Laban, and Laban comes and says, "You've stolen some of my gods." And Jacob basically says, if you find anything amongst us, that person can die. And he goes into Leah's tent, then he goes into Rachel's tent, and she